This week, Kevin, was a bad week for ears in America.
Oh, man.
Well, so a little bit of context here. She has admitted she was drunk and is entering rehab.
What?
Because of this.
That's
so.
I feel like such a cop-out. Thousands of people.
I have another theory.
Drunk.
My theory is if you listen to her performance.
A second, the literal screeching of the national anthem was basically brought the nation to its knees. Today, we're going to be breaking down the worst attempts to sing the national anthem here on
Real Brave Live.
I thought you were going to do it in a national anthem way. Also, if you are looking to learn how to play guitar, you must go to realbraveaudio.com and sign up today. So this all started with...
I have found a full performance of this, by the way.
Oh, okay. So this all started with Ingrid Andress, who's apparently a signed person who was doing the national anthem for the recent All-Star game. It was the Home Run Derby.
Yeah.
And Melissa, my wife, texted me. She's like, you got to listen to this. And then I ended up doing a reaction video on our Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that.
But...
Well, so a little bit of context here. She has admitted she was drunk and is entering rehab.
What?
Because of this.
That's
so,
I feel like such a cop-out.
Well, I mean...
Oh, sorry, I called you 50 times. I was drunk. It's like, okay, all right, cool. Sorry I botched the national anthem at the Home Run Derby in front of thousands of people.
I have another theory.
Drunk.
My theory is if you listen to her performance, there is some sort of modulation on her voice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there was supposed to be auto-tune on her voice, and it wasn't engaged. Because she's singing in the way that somebody who knows that auto-tune is going to pitch correct is there, and it just doesn't happen.
Oh, get out of here.
I really think that's... I mean, I have been to sporting events where the national anthem has been pitch corrected, for sure.
Why would you pitch correct a a cappella version of the national anthem?
Because people... I mean, there are... Some artists have auto-tune on their microphones the entire show now.
I believe it.
And so this is, to my ears, that's what this sounds like. Let's listen.
All right, let's
see.
listen to it because it sounds like she can't sing. That's what it sounds.
The perilous fight, or the ramparts we watched,
she's stuck
were so gallantly streamed.
Here it comes.
And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
It does sound like
gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Oh, a collective groan from the crowd.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, thank you. It does sound like there is something like a. It sounds like almost
flange
like a
or something. Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm thinking they put the wrong effect on her voice.
Oopsie from the sound booth.
Yeah. A couple of things about that. First of all, she has the wrong type of voice for the national anthem. Like, it's a bad choice to begin with. I've recently heard this type of singing described as cursive singing, where you're singing around the note constantly, like you're not just like hitting it. For this song, you have to like
it's jazz.
You have to just like bam, nail it every time. And her voice is very weak. Well, not weak, but just breathy
It's
and
very
thin.
right here.
It's very in the throat.
Right there.
Exactly.
Everything
Yeah.
she does is just right in the throat.
Yeah.
I listened to it's breathy too, so I listened to her actually singing. Just like she's actually a halfway decent artist. It sounds like if she's on auto-tune the whole time. I saw you hear the Tiny Desk concerts.
Yeah.
I saw a thing she was playing, and I was like, all right, it sounds like a singer-songwriter.
I mean, to be fair, like there's a big difference in performing in a room full of 50 NPR employees and performing like in a stadium full of people. And if she was drunk, I mean, I don't know, but if she it does kind of. All of us have heard drunk people singing before. It doesn't sound dissimilar to karaoke night at Hansel's or whatever,
I think that just because it's a hard song doesn't mean that it gives you the right to sing it.
True.
So you should not give it a... And also, before we get into these examples, the scat gospel singing drawn out versions of these songs.
Yeah.
Of this song.
Right.
Is annoying.
Well, so
It's supposed to be, oh, say, can you see?
what's
Right?
sort of regarded as like the greatest version is the Whitney Houston version. People love that version, but to me, that is very oversung, and that's
Extremely.
That's emblematic of what people like about it. I think people like when there's a lot of flair added to the song, but the song has enough flair in the melody. You don't need to pile on.
Yeah, it's got a lot of release to it too, right? And then resolve, doesn't it?
John Brancy, he sings the national anthem at Rangers games in MSG, and I think what people like about his rendition is that it's just quick. He just goes through it. Yeah, pretty much like that, except he's a tenor, one of the Italian tenors, I think it was. He's in a popular vocal group for classical musicians.
The Five Pizzas.
Yep.
That's an insult to my people, sir.
Grandma. White.
Northern
Lactating
Italian.
grandmas. That's your group, right? The Lactating Grandmas?
Of course, yes.
Hey, okay, the first one we want to go through is Fergie. Now, Fergie irks me anyway, to begin with.
What's a Fergie?
Fergie is part of the Black Eyed Peas. She's a pretty lady with a pretty voice, but she overdoes it big time. And she had a vision for this. Maybe we want to pop into some of that.
Yeah, we'll pop in about halfway through.
Yeah, we don't want to listen to all of this because it's about 3 minutes long, and everyone's gonna.
Still there. Oh, say, does that star spangled banner yet wave?
People are laughing in the video. Just you know, players are laughing.
Yeah.
This is before a NBA All-Star game.
Here's the thing: she hit all the notes, but it's the taste.
Yeah, she did. Like really, really
She
hard.
did. No, she did. Like, she hit the notes. She. It wasn't like she was off.
Right.
But her choice of making it a sultry jazz swingy thing.
Yeah, America is famously not sexy and should not be tried to make sexy.
Yeah. I don't want to listen to that while I'm going to the bathroom.
Or you turn your red light bulbs on. Put
Not
on
only
your
that,
robe.
but so at a sport, I often say the longest period of time in life is the time between the sip before the national anthem and the sip after the national anthem at a baseball game when you're having your beer because you don't want to drink during the national anthem, right? People just want it to get over with. You just want to be in and out. You're there. You take your hat off, whatever. You don't want to sit there for 10 minutes and hear all the trills and whatever you're doing. Get it over with.
You're correct. It's like a lot of these are 3 minutes long. People are standing that whole time. The players, you see the faces of the players during all these, and I'll try to pop some in the edit here, but really funny. Just kind of looking like that every once in a while. They hear it all the time too.
They hear it every day. Yeah.
Every day. All right, so that was a fail. A lot of the best of lists and the worst of lists has this one as the worst one ever, which is kind of funny, I think.
It depends how you're grading it, right? Is it the most over the top? Maybe, but we're gonna play at least one after this that is objectively worse from a musical standpoint.
Yeah, I think this is an a cappella version. This is Carl Lewis, famously an athlete who won many gold medals. He was running, and people would say, "Stick to what you're good at." Mr. Carl Lewis. He sang this one a cappella. You wanna cue that one up?
Yeah, we're getting it ready right now.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
It's already too
Oh,
long.
say, can you see? And the rockets, red flag. Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now. For the land of the free.
This is obviously highlights. This is not.
Yeah.
He sang more than just these words.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Sorry.
That was just the Sports Center anchor laughing.
Yeah,
at it.
laughing
So,
his arse off. Yeah, I mean, he tried doing an a cappella thing. You have to first of all stay in key.
You have to know what your starting pitch is, too.
Right.
I remember when I was in 7th grade, I was trying out for our school's production of Fiddler on the Roof. And part of the audition process, they just lined us up in the gymnasium and just had us sing Happy Birthday one after the other, right? And I didn't really know anything about pitch or relative pitch or anything like that, or singing or anything. And the person before me was a girl, and she sang "Happy Birthday to You," you know, like up there. And then it was my turn to go, and I had no like reference pitch to go off of, so I chose the same pitch, and I was like, and I knew immediately that that was like had been way too high. So my suggestion for Carl Lewis,
yes,
would be don't do that again, and instead, if you are to do that again, have like a little harmonica or
pitch
like
pipe.
pitch pipe.
Thank you to our resident national anthem expert. Then we'll move on to Roseanne Barr.
This is the one I would thought was going to be the worst overall.
Right. Yeah, Roseanne Barr got tremendous flack. If you don't know who Roseanne Barr is, she was a famous actress, comedian in the 80s, 90s. Today, I put here in our notes, I don't know if you guys can see it, imagine being a time traveler going back to 1988 to let the world know that in 2023, Roseanne Barr will be better looking than Madonna. If you look to two pictures side by side of Roseanne Barr and Madonna, Roseanne Barr was rough looking in the 80s. I'm sorry, she was like, it was just a very strange time. But anyway, she did a
Strange time.
She did a version at a baseball game, and she got along with it pretty quickly. Let's hear some of that. Kevin, what do you think of this play-by-play? You do a little play-by-play here.
I'm immediately reminded of like a bad acid trip. Like you took one like early on in the night and you're not really feeling it, so like you took 3 more, and then it all hits you at once. Jesus fucking Christ.
She then proceeds to grab her crotch to the audience like that, and then spits on the ground
Whoa.
in front of a national audience.
That's
To be fair, when you
is there
She was obviously not
Is there a
like
defense?
having this at all.
when you hire a provocative comedian who's not a singer,
was she provocative? I thought she was like on a sitcom.
Before
Dude,
that, she
was very provocative.
She was a very provocative, like
Bob
stand-up.
Saget was also on a sitcom.
Yes, exactly. So you're hiring somebody who's not a singer, who's known for to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Do you expect Pavarotti? Like, what are you expecting from the performance? I don't know. I'm not defending it, but just people shouldn't have been shocked that it wasn't great, I guess, is my point.
It's choosing. They chose her. They got her, and she made it like a bit. Apparently, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then when people didn't like it, she grabbed her crotch and spit on the floor. People didn't like that part the most, I think.
I feel like, of all the things to do during the national anthem.
Right.
It was. I think she was trying to make a baseball joke. Like, baseball players notoriously like adjust their cups and they spit. So I think she was trying to do like this is a
that's
baseball
interesting.
thing.
Is that true?
I mean, that's how I've never met
That is
Roseanne.
the first time I've ever heard that.
Prior. I mean,
That's your experience
despite
as
what
a
you
baseball
think.
player.
I'm not friends with Roseanne. I've never asked her.
Right.
But I would think that's to me that's the joke, right? She's on a baseball field. She's doing baseball stuff on a field. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did she pack a lip during that, do you think?
I'm not sure.
This one, the next one, Kevin showed me, and I almost died.
Oh.
It was so funny.
Yeah, it's good. This is my worst fear. For not just the national anthem, but any song that I'm singing, is that I forget the lyrics.
Where does it go wrong, Kevin? Like, where is it? Like in the beginning, or is it like more towards the middle?
I think it out the gate. It's a good start. He's got a good timbre to his voice.
Should we hear the whole thing here, or should we?
Sure. This is the Star Spangled Checklist
by Gage Charles.
Oh, say can you see?
He's got a nice tenor.
By the dawn's early light,
Sounds like a little old-fashioned.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last
So far, so good.
gleaming.
Yeah.
whose broad stripes and bright stars were so gallantly there.
Stripes, stars.
We're so gallantly
As the
there.
rockets were there,
Rockets, check.
and the twilight's last gleaming, and the rockets' red glare were so gallantly there.
Glare is there. Check.
Burst stripes were all there,
Burst stripes.
and the
there.
rockets were there.
Check.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet blaze for the land of the free
See his face.
and the home of the brave.
His face at the end is incredible. You're right.
I'll never sing again is what that face says.
Yeah.
That is my worst fear, is just forgetting the lyrics. And there can be no song worse to forget the lyrics to than the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, it's like written in old timey language.
Yeah.
And everyone knows it. It's not like if your band is playing a concert and you're playing even a popular song, not everyone there knows like every word to that song.
Right.
Everyone knows the words to the Star Spangled Banner.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You
Don't
think.
Stop Believing as well.
Yeah, of course.
The next one is very similar to the one we just watched or listened to. It's a policeman, police person.
The Police?
It's the police.
Sting?
It's Sting. Not Sting. It's a policeman singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Just before we start, he's a bass, right? I heard that all cops are basses. Is that true?
ACAB?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh man.
Oh, see, can you see?
Say more of a baritone.
By the dawn's early light was so helpless twilight.
He's just doing syllables.
At the last gleaming broad stripe, who brought us fight for the right.
They're showing another cop watching him.
Yeah. So then they start panning to the cops, and the cops are just starting to crack up.
And the rockets
And he's using the same melody over and over again.
Yeah, that's the.
Gave to the night that the stars were still there.
Stars are there. Check.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it gets worse from there. And then we've got, what's this one?
Why are we doing this?
The title on this YouTube video is National Anthem Epic Fail Worst of Luck.
Well, I mean, that's.
Oh, this is rough. Yeah, and I'm going to post the video on this one because it's rough.
All right, let's check it
Yeah,
out.
this is a rough one. I feel bad for this person.
I feel good for my own singing ability.
Yeah, well, I mean, imagine going out an MSG.
Fish is played there.
She stops.
Oh, and the crowd goes wild.
But wouldn't you rather her stop and get it right?
No,
That's what she does next.
no, I would not.
You're not going to believe
Just
it.
keep pushing through. It's not it either.
She's walking away. She's just
left.
walking away.
She left.
And she gets
Wow.
booed.
Well, yeah, I mean that's.
What would you do? All right, you're going to sing the national anthem.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the lyrics in front of me.
You're going to have the lyrics in front of you. I know.
I'm gonna have a nice, comfortable, low starting pitch. Oh,
Oh, look at you.
see.
That's how you would sing it?
Oh, Jose. Yeah, right down there.
All right, and where would you sing it?
Right, probably right around there.
No, you're not that low.
Say, can you see
You would just sing tequila.
their necessities?
So it's a difficult song to sing. But do you know the past, how this thing came to be, the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem?
That it was a poem written by Francis Scott Key during the Revolutionary War.
War of 1812, I believe.
Shut
War
up.
of 1812.
Shut up! It's the Revolutionary War. It's America's birthday.
Yeah. After he witnessed the bombardment of Fort McHenry by the British Royal Navy during the Battle of Baltimore in the War of 1812. And so then, but the music behind this, do you know anything about that? Because I sure as hell don't.
I have no idea. Actually, I always presumed it was written relatively concurrently to the lyrics, but maybe not.
The Star Spangled Banner was first recognized for official use by the United States Navy in 1889, and on March 3rd, 1931, the U.S. Congress passed a joint resolution making the song the official national anthem of the United States, which President Herbert Hoover signed into law. But who wrote it? John Stafford Smith wrote the song, apparently. He gave the poem to his brother-in-law, Joseph H. Nicholson, who saw the words fit the popular melody. The Anacreontic song by English composer John Stafford Smith. Does that make any sense to anybody?
Sure.
So we're given the Englishman, the melody from an Englishman, set to the poem of a guy who watched the English just blow the crap out of some fort in America.
I mean, in a way, that's kind of owning the Brits, right? Like you're taking their own song, and you're saying, "Hey, we're going to do our version of this." It's like when we sing "My Country 'Tis of Thee." That's "God Save the King." Same melody, so it's kind of like an up yours for the country who.
Right. Also, Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle is like the first diss track. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
diss track.
Yeah.
It's the first diss track ever.
Yeah,
probably not, but it's
stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Macaroni was a hairstyle, I think it was. Yeah.
Stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni.
Yeah, Drake wrote that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was that's the short history of the national anthem. But the dang thing is hard to sing. I sang it once for a few thousand people. And did pretty well. Got to the end of it and said, "O'er the rand and of the free." It's hard to sing, and I'm an okay singer. Terrible memory though. I don't remember lyrics.
When I was in high school, I was the bass in like the vocal ensemble, and so we would sing it before certain things. So I can sing the bass part to it, and I was also the tuba player in the band, so I can play the tuba part to it.
Okay.
But the melody itself is just it's really hard to sing.
Very, very difficult. Do you have any I'd like to hear some inspiring words from you about the theory behind the song, like anything. Like why it's so difficult, and then we'll get into listening some of the worst.
I couldn't tell you why a vocalist would have such a difficulty, other than it demands has a wide range melodically.
Huge. It's well over an octave.
Yeah. I'm more interested by the chords and stuff, the secondary dominants and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Don't tell me any more about that.
No, I will. So the first phrase of it, you could now descend to the sixth chord here.
Wait. We're getting out of touch here.
And then you can go 5 of 6, back to 6, and then 5 of 5. That's an F sharp in the key of E, and then 5. Well, that's a B.
Everybody had just killed themselves,
right?
Yeah. If you can sing, and I'm going to take my wedding for example. I was pulled on stage to sing it at my wedding.
Okay.
And
what'd you sing?
They made me sing like one of our
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing. Yeah, I wrote that song.
Oh wow.
So
you are Steve Perry.
Yeah, I am Steve Perry. Very good. I ended up singing like a song that I wrote with the band, and I just couldn't get the notes out because I was drinking too much. So it was just like I couldn't hit the high notes you could tell that I could sing,
right?
But I don't want to listen to it ever again. She goes like different. She modulates
in a rocket's red glare.
Yeah. If you ever want to sing the national anthem, you should probably get lessons first, and you can do that by signing up at realbraveaudio.com. for pretty much anything you want. Please join us next week for something like this.
Fishing lessons, painting.
Yeah, painting
dance.
lessons. Don't stop believing lessons. Boys lessons. All sorts of lessons. Right, Brian? Join us next week for another episode of Real Brave Live. Thank you.
We are recording, so Dan, whenever you are ready, the camera's on you. Go right ahead.
Man, do I look good?
You look great. You look marvelous.
Marvelous?
Yeah.
You look marvelous.
Yeah.
That was a thing. You know what that is?
No.
Good job.
It's recording now, so
Okay.
this is Brian's voice for the test. Test, 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 test. Dan, talk.
Like I said, I am a mammal, and I do lactate and lay eggs.
I have nipples, Dan. Can you milk me? Kevin, talk.
Yes, I can, and I have.
I just have to fix your
You've milked Brian?
Yes.
Gross.
Yep. I have a whole table dedicated to it.
Just so we can hear the recording of that.
That our flag was still there.